Hello heroes, welcome to the Stories of Stories, where you're trying to become a hero and snakes are big fat zero. Today's topic is all about perspective, and if you're new here, make sure you check out the playlist so you know how all the rules work. Today's topic will be a bit of a mind breaker, so you need to be prepared and make sure you have your notebook.
Hi, come on in. Blue, look, it's our friends. What is that noise?
Alright, first things first, sorry about the blurriness of the camera. All my equipment is dying and I don't really have money, so we're just gonna have to work with what we got, okay? So if you really need, get a magnifying glass out, okay? So the first topic we're gonna talk about is the six senses. So the first one is sight. Most people probably viewing this video have a sense of sight because that is how you're seeing. Then there's also taste, which is anything that you put in your mouth, you taste something. The next one is touch, so that's when you touch your skin or anything like that. You feel something on your body, hot and cold.
Katie, do you take Alexander to be your lawfully wedded husband?
I do.
Alexander, do you take Katie to be your lawfully wedded wife?
I know you're Neil. Be right with you.
You're the Oracle?
Bingo. Not quite what you were expecting, right? Almost done. Smell good, don't they?
Yeah.
I'd ask you to sit down, but you're not going to anyway. And don't worry about the vase.
What vase?
That is touch. And then you got hearing, so anything that you hear through your ears. And then you got smell, so anything that you smell. Maybe you smell something dookie, maybe there's a snake around and they smell in dookie.
Am I the asshole for telling my boyfriend I'll break up with him if he doesn't start wiping his butt? When we first moved in, I noticed that he never had toilet paper rolls in his bathroom. I figured maybe he used wipes or something else, but then I started noticing smells.
The only rational reaction to this is to throw up. Like, I would just be like mortified every single time I thought about them. Like, oh my God, I slept with this person.
Percy had been working at the docks all day and was tired of the smell of fish. Phew. Come on, Percy, said his driver. Time to go home. Please, sir, can I have a wash down first? Sorry, Percy, there isn't time. The Fat Controller is waiting for us at the sheds.
Hello, welcome in. What's your name? Sorry?
Jordan Kenshin, I'm 26.
Jordan, 26. And what do you do?
A YouTuber, and I do influencing, like food content, travel content, stuff like that.
Okay, very nice. So we did get some pop balloons. Let's go on over there and see why they ended up popping.
See it, my kid?
Oh!
10 points from Hufflepuff for Fawcett, and the same for Ravenclaw Stebbins.
not necessarily the most attracted to him. Your partner should be somebody that you are attracted to.
All right, let's go.
I popped my balloon after listening to you.
Okay, damn. Okay.
I think humility and integrity is something that takes a lot of work to acquire, and it doesn't seem like you've done that work yet.
50 points will be taken. No? Okay.
Have you had therapy before?
No, you want to be my therapist?
If you need one.
I do.
Well, it would seem that it certainly merits, I'd say, 100 points to their house.
Balloon pop racing, here we go with a rolling start with the javelins and the oneies. Oh, lovely. Blue nearly hit the deck then, and then we are pushing doors. Doors, pop, pop. How good was that, Domino? Sliding! Slide 'em, baby! And then we're through the buckets. Bigger buckets even bigger. Oh, heck! And what is this? Yes, then we're popping balloons on the ground. Who wants it, red or blue? Oh, it's tight. It's very tight through here, and you're on for the win. Oh, it's evens. It is so even. Threes. Do I see twos? Someone's gotta want it. Who wants it? Red wants it bad. Here it is. Bang.
Okay, and then last one that is not on a list anywhere is emotion, because that is your sixth sense. All right, and then the next topic we're going to talk about is the 4 views. So the obvious one is first person. That's when you're looking through your eyes. Okay, then the next is the second person. That's where somebody is viewing through your eyes, but you're in total control and moving around.
Overall, I'd say my last attempt at making a second-person game was a success. In the game, you are playing Flappy Bird, but from the perspective of its creator, Dong Nguyen, which I thought was a pretty cool take on the game and theme. But from some of the comments I got, I could tell that a handful of people weren't buying that it was indeed a second-person experience. Encouraged by all this generous criticism, I wanted to take another stab at making a second-person game and see what else I could come up with. But there was a problem. I wasn't sure what type of game to make. Then out of the blue, I got a really helpful suggestion. So let's do some experimenting. This right here is a classic first-person point of view. As you can see, we are in the shoes of the researcher looking at the world from their point of view. This is third person. We can see ourselves walking around from a camera that's floating just behind us. But what would a second person perspective be? Some comments have said that second person would be from the perspective of something else in the room, like the walls. But really, that just feels like a static third person camera. I think that you have to be able to tell that you're watching from another person's perspective. Like maybe a second researcher in the room. Let's see what that feels like. It's actually pretty cool. You feel like you're watching yourself from someone else's perspective, especially if some part of that other person is in view. But I don't think I want to bring more researchers along with the player because I want that feeling of isolation. No, the camera will have to be somewhere else. And that's when it occurred to me. The only other thing in the room will be the entity, so what if we put the camera on that? So this is how I'm thinking it'll work. You walk around the back rooms as a researcher in first person perspective. Then, if you encounter the entity, it will start to chase you. When this happens, the camera will switch to the entity's perspective. But here's the kicker. You'll still be controlling the player. So you'll be watching yourself run away from the very thing that's after you. Now let's do some coding to set this all up.
Was a man of infinite numbers, endless calculations, and remarkably few words. And his wristwatch said even less. Every weekday, for 12 years, Harold would brush each of his 32 teeth 76 times.
And then we have third person, which is when you're viewing something outside of a body. You know, you're viewing the whole entire room and all the characters in the room. And then we have the last one, which nobody ever talks about, and you can't really find anything about it. And then we got fourth person, which is when you are experiencing all of the other perspectives all at once.
Okay, we have a circle for the head, the ears, and face. My hair. My shirt. Lines for my legs, my hands. Oh, don't forget those stripes on my shirt. And we...
So when you're trying to find the true story behind a story that you've been given, it's really important to know which perspective you're viewing the story in. If it is in a first-person view, that means that you are more immersed into the story, but you're limited in what the character is actually seeing. You can't actually see what is going on in the entire scene. And then second person is when you are viewing a character from either the eyes of another entity or some way you're viewing this character in a very strange way. This is a very hard viewpoint to capture, and there isn't very many examples of second person that actually exist out there. Then we have third person, which is the most commonly seen, especially when you're watching movies and stuff like that. A lot of the time you're viewing the scene in third person. So this means you can usually see all around the character and what the characters are doing, and instead of being hard locked into what they can see, you can see the whole scene around them. And then fourth person doesn't exist. There's absolutely pretty much there's no examples of fourth person that I can really find, but fourth person would break your mind probably if you were viewing anything in fourth person. And this is the viewpoint that I think that God views us in. So they can see every viewpoint at all times simultaneously, which is what fourth person is. And if you were to view that as a person, a human person, that would probably murder your brain and you'd die of a brain aneurysm or something. So the first thing we got to establish is what is all of these views and how do you know which view this is. So we're going to do a little bit of a pop quiz here.
Draw a big circle, 2 eyes, and a curve here and here for a great...
So what is the view outside of their eyes? That would be first person. When you're looking through your own eyes, that is first person. So we're going to use initials so it makes it easier. So FP means first person. So when you're looking outside of your eyes, you are viewing something in first person. So now we're going to add a second person into the equation.
Big, start with a curvy line on top, a line down here, and here, a little rectangle, a circle, and another circle, a long bendy line for the strap, and
so say this second person has a camera. They're looking through the camera lens in a what? They're viewing it in first person. So now that they're viewing through the camera, what is the view through the camera? Well, you have to consider that there's a viewfinder. The viewfinder is mimicking a perspective. In a way, the camera is its own person. It's its own entity and it has its own perspective. So the camera is both first person and third person. It's considered first person because the camera is its own entity. It is mimicking a perspective, its own perspective of a scene. So when you're looking through the viewfinder, you are viewing through your eyes in first person. However, then the view that you're seeing is mimicked, which makes it third person. Now the view may appear as if it's first person. There's a lot of popular horror movies that take on and mimic this first person experience, where it feels like you are a character holding a camera going through the scenes. But you have to remember that there is a character that is holding the camera. And the camera has to be considered its own entity. A living character cannot record with their eyes. That is why they have to use a tool to record, which automatically means that the perspective is mimicked. That is not a true perspective that is being felt or experienced by a real person. So from the camera's point of view, yes, it is first person, but from the character holding the camera, it is not first person anymore. It is third person.
I finally get to do what every little guy dreams of doing.
You don't mean?
Ride the big guy roller coaster.
Congratulations.
Stop playing with him, Riot.
Big guy, big guy, big guy, big guy. SpongeBob, big guy, fans okay. SpongeBob, big guy, fans okay. Big guy, big guy, big guy, big guy. SpongeBob, big guy, fans okay. SpongeBob, big guy, fans okay.
Off the wake up, I'm feeling my best. I bend over, I do my little stretch. Ain't a jellyfish, but I'm the catch. Feel like that fish, so I'm pumping my chest. I blow bubbles so big like Mrs. Puck. I be locked in like no, this isn't luck. Eating fancy like no, this isn't chump. With my bestie like everything fun.
Big guy, big guy, big guy, big guy. SpongeBob, big guy, stands okay. SpongeBob, big guy, stands okay. Big guy, big guy, big guy, big guy. SpongeBob, big guy, stands okay. SpongeBob, big guy, stands okay.
Big things about to happen a day.
So when you're thinking of first person, you can almost think of it like Facebook. It is a first person perspective of somebody's life, whereas third person is as if you're teleporting. Because a lot of the times the camera in third person doesn't move. It's completely stationary watching a scene. However, if it is third person and the camera is moving around the scene, that means that there's somebody that is controlling the camera, which means that you are getting a mimicked first person view of what that camera is seeing, and it isn't really third person. It's actually first person, third person. Now, I know that sounds really confusing, but you have to start thinking of the camera as an entity, as a person. Somebody is behind that camera, and they are viewing the scene and then mimicking that view to you of what they are seeing. Now, in reality, without things being mimicked, all your senses are always experienced in first person, which means that you can view a lot of things in first person without even having sight. Because what about blind people? So say you are blind. In media, it is really hard to capture all the other senses that a character is actually experiencing, because our main sense that a lot of people depend on is sight. But when you are blind, you depend on all your other senses. And this is where emotion takes the spotlight. Emotion in characters can show you a lot about how they are experiencing in their first-person perspective. If you were unable to see a scene that was playing out in front of you, you would have to base it on what you were hearing from the characters or what they are describing that they're experiencing. And when somebody is describing something to you, that is a first-person perspective that they are explaining.
Harold assumed his watch was simply on the fritz and never even considered that it might be trying to tell him something. In fact, Harold had never once paid attention to his watch other than to find out the time. And honestly, it drove his watch crazy. And so on this particular Wednesday evening, as Harold waited for the bus, his watch suddenly stopped.
Sorry, does anyone have the time?
I got 6:18.
Thanks.
Thus, Harold's watch thrust him into the immitigable path of fate. Little did he know that this simple, seemingly innocuous act would result in his imminent death.
What? What? Hey! Hello? What? Why? Why my death? Hello? Excuse me? When? How imminent? Okay, where are you? Harold would brush his 32 teeth 72 times. Why won't you say anything? I heard you. That would result in his imminent death. I heard you. Come on, you stupid voice. Harold frantically grabbed his lamp. Harold incensed, shook the hell out of it for no apparent reason. Smashed it on the ground, kicking it repeatedly. Harold took his Kleenex box, threw it across the room, then stormed the closet. Come on, say something. Something. Say something! Say something!
Now there's one perspective that we're missing on the board here that is very critical and very important that nobody really considers. And that is that your brain is actually first person and your eyes are only one piece, because when you think, that is completely first person and it cannot be captured, it cannot be displayed. It can, though, be written. When somebody writes a book, the book is written in their first person perspective. Even if the characters are portrayed in third person, everything that is written in the book that somebody writes is what they believe would happen. And in a way, they are the camera. They are the mimic. They are telling you a story in third person perspective, but that third person is mimicked. Now, I know that probably doesn't make any sense, okay? And books can be written in various different ways. They can be written in first person perspective or third person perspective. But as we discussed with the camera is an entity on its own, and it has its own perspective, just like the words in a book. And when you're reading a book, it goes right into your brain. So that means you're intaking the perspective in first person, never third person, even if the characters are written in third person. It is as if you were actually in that scene and viewing everything from a first person lens, and then viewing it from a third person perspective.
I want to learn how to blow shit up with my mind.
Okay. Write it on the board. Okay. Hey, thanks. Okay.
I told you.
You're cuter than I thought. I can see why she likes you.
Who?
Not too bright, though. You knew why Morpheus brought you to see me. So, what do you think? Do you think you're the one?
Honestly, I don't know.
You know what that means? It's Latin. Means know thyself. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Being the one is just like being in love. No one can tell you you're in love, you just know it. Through and through. Balls to bones.
Now, I was really high when I started writing all this theory about perspective, and it kind of honestly messed me up to think that the camera and a lot of what we view media is actually just mimicked, and it actually isn't first person at all. Because our minds and what we think is always truly first person. And all the other senses that aren't emotion or attached to your actual thoughts are kind of just like add-ons, as if you got DLC for a game. You can lose all of these senses except for your sense of emotion. So if you lost all of your other senses, you're still viewing the world in a first-person perspective through the emotions that you're feeling and thinking. And sometimes you could say that your emotions and your thoughts are disconnected and they're two different entities that are a part of you, because this is where some people can feel fear, but then they'll think with a confident mind and be brave. Whereas their mind, they can be shaking and very anxious behind all of those confident thoughts. So when you're viewing a story, a lot of the time in third person, it's almost like you are God. You are in the room, but nobody is acknowledging that you're there. You're viewing what is going on in the scene. However, technically your vision is still limited. That's where fourth person comes into play, because God views everything in fourth person. We can't view anything in fourth person. Technically, you could make enough windows to show everybody the different perspectives that are going on in a scene, and that technically could mimic fourth person. But at the end of the day, your eyes can only watch so many things all at once. You can't view everything all at once, and God can view everything all at once simultaneously.
I better have a look at you. Open your mouth, say ah.
Ah.
Okay. Now I'm supposed to say, that's interesting, but then you say.
But what?
But you already know what I'm going to tell you.
I'm not the one.
Sorry, kid. You got the gift, but it looks like you're waiting for something.
What?
Your next life, maybe. Who knows? That's the way these things go. What's funny?
Morpheus. He almost had me convinced.
I know. Poor Morpheus.
It's too late to win.
Don't say that.
That is why they are a greater being, and there's no way that we can really mimic that or be able to ever experience that without having a brain aneurysm. And if you get high and you do shrooms and you really, really think about all of this perspective, it makes a lot of sense. A lot of what we view in the world is mimicked. It's fake. And as we go further into the future, and now we have like VR, and we have all these experiences to really immerse into things, we still have to remember that it is all mimicked. It's not real. And the perspective and what you're experiencing is all mimicked. So now we can go into stories, and how does that change a story? So if you're viewing something from third person, so say you're playing The Sims. In The Sims, you take on the role of God. You control everything. You can move your camera wherever you want. You can change the angles. Whatever it is you want to do, you can view it how you want to view it. So as you're telling stories, and the game is telling you stories through all the characters, you have total control over how you're viewing these stories. And third person, a lot of the time, can obscure what is actually going on. So here's an example. I'm going to have a sim here who's just minding their own business in their house. This is third person perspective. Here we can see that they're just watching TV and they're minding their own business, and we can feel that energy. We can feel that emotion, right? The emotion. We can almost like mimic and feel and experience what the sim is feeling. They're watching TV, they're having a good time. But now, if we change the perspective of third person, we can make this scene look totally different and change the emotion that you're feeling. We can make this into a total horror, where it seems like the third person is a stalker and staring through a window watching them. Now these are two different perspectives, and they tell two different types of stories, because as we discussed earlier, the camera is a person.
I'm fired. Watch out, watch out, watch out! Shoot him! Shoot him! Shoot him! You gotta move faster, faster, mate, now!
I'm never coming back home. Baby, I'm gone. Don't you know I gotta shake you off?
Whether it's an actual person that is physically there, or it is in a way, a ghost that is viewing things. So when you're trying to dismantle a story, you have to also dismantle the perspective and get the true story beyond what you are being fed. Because this scene in The Sims is both a horror and just somebody relaxing on a couch. And if we swivel the camera and look at the very window that we had a camera looking through earlier to make it into a horror scene, there is nothing there. So technically, the true story of this scene is that somebody is just sitting on a couch, minding their own business. However, this scene could be played out to you and be totally seen as something it is not. And the way people shoot their music videos and their movies and anything, honestly, that they shoot, it is very important to figure out why the camera is put in that position, why that angle is the way it is, why the camera follows the character the way it follows them. And that will tell you a lot about the true story behind what you are just seeing front face. Now we also have to talk about the mimicry of hearing, because a lot of the time hearing can tell you a lot of story. So just like at the beginning where I re-recorded the SpongeBob song that Ice Spice did, you can hear one thing, which is what she is saying, and the lyrics tell you that it is saying. And then there's something where you can hear something else, and that is telling a totally different story. And music artists love to play with this storytelling. Actually, there's tons and tons and tons of music artists out there that hide hidden messages in their music videos and what they are saying. It is one thing of what you hear and what they have written and what they say it says, and then there's actually another perspective, which is your own perspective of what you are hearing and what you are seeing. And if you don't allow yourself to just hear what you hear, you could be missing a story that they have hidden. And when you're trying to find out the true story of the stories of stories, you really have to dismantle every single story and every single sense that you are being given as an experience. Because in the stories of stories, the snake cultists are very sneaky, and they are trying to find out all the information that we are trying to give each other. So this is how we get around it, all right? We play with perspectives. We make the viewer think about those perspectives and what the true story that is being told behind those perspectives actually is. All right, heroes, it's time for an intermission. We gotta beat the snake cultists. And you know what snake cultists don't like? Kale. We love kale. Put it on our mouths and chew. Kale. We love it green. Kale. Eat it. Kale. Cause the snake cult's gonna fail. And if you don't go vegan, you're gonna end up with a tail. So eat some kale. So I want to share this deranged ad for this game, this mobile game, and there's these ads everywhere for these types of games, but they're really, really deranged, and they tell usually a really messed up story, and these are advertised often to kids. So here's this one. It doesn't even matter what it's named. Just watch this video, and then we're going to talk about it. So the first thing we see is this guy on this plane push out this girl to literally die, and then also a little girl, okay? This is either the bigger girl's sister or perhaps their child, because she's kind of got like darker skin, okay, and brown hair, whereas the main girl, she's very white with red hair, okay? And he's a darker person. This you can only assume is their kid. So he pushes out either his girlfriend, his wife, something like that, and then he also gets rid of his kid, okay? And then he hooks up with the stewardess. This is scary.
baby, can't you see?
Okay, that's pretty fucked up. Okay, and then they wash up on shore. Okay, so the girl and her daughter, we're just gonna call this her daughter, wash up on the shore. So now she's a single mom, okay? And she's like, fuck, we're on this island, literally deserted, it's surrounded by sharks. So what does she start to do? She does what any good woman does, starts to build. And she literally terraforms, okay? She literally terraforms the land to get around the sharks and get to mainland, okay? And then she starts building tools, okay? So she starts harvesting, she starts farming, agriculture. Now, we don't know if this already existed on the island or not. If we go and look at back here, we can tell that this kind of had some agriculture already, kind of like some people were already living here. So she shows up and she starts helping collect the wheat, or maybe she's also planting the wheat, and then, you know, she does all this work and starts upgrading the tools for them, so other people start helping her. And then, as we can see, the granny on this island is even helping out. She's even picking all these grannies. Look at them all. Even they have a place on this island to help out. And when they make money, it's a sun. It's sun money. So we're actually going to call this good karma. So as this girl does all this stuff on the island, she's gaining good karma. And as you can see, here's some more people. They're helping out. Okay, so Granny, she goes, collects the tomatoes, and then these guys are in the factory putting all the tomatoes on conveyor belts, you know, quality check, and then it turns into ketchup. Now, what's funny about ketchup is in Canada right now, we're having a big problem where a certain ketchup brand has claimed that they're using Canadian tomatoes to make ketchup. And the truth is they're not using Canadian tomatoes to make ketchup. They stole Canadian land, planted a bunch of tomato plants, and then they export it to United States. And then we get back a lower grade tomato sauce. Okay, so they're not even using the tomatoes that we're giving them. They're giving us back tomatoes that they grow in America that were sprayed with a ton of like pesticides and stuff like that. They have different laws in America than Canada when it comes to agriculture. Okay, we have better soil. Okay, we take care of our land a lot better. So they stole a bunch of our land. So if you look up Heinz ketchup is supposed to be used with Canadian tomatoes. Now what's really funny is they don't show any pictures really of the actual greenhouses that they've installed in Canada. They have this photo, but this doesn't show you the environmental impact that these greenhouses have put on to Canadian land. They have humongous lights that cause a massive amount of light pollution, and they built these right next to residential places. So people are living next to these giant rows of greenhouses. The light pollution is extremely bad, and it also is causing a lot of pollution because they haven't done it properly. So if we look at this guy's video, this is what it looks like at night in Ontario next to these greenhouses. It looks like literally the reckoning is about to happen because the light pollution is that bad. And if you try to find photos of this actual operation that they got, it's all been censored. So you have to go into the shorts videos. So if you're looking for truth on something and you aren't seeing it in images, you aren't seeing it on all, you got to go to short videos because these people will snitch, okay? These people in short videos, they will find whatever dirty shit somebody is doing and they will show you it, okay? Yeah, so here's hundreds of thousands of these greenhouses and it's not done properly. And it's affecting the actual citizens in the area. So when we go back to this video and we see that it's talking about the ketchup, this is targeted towards me for a reason because I'm in Canada. So the algorithm is showing me this, okay? And of course this is AI generated, like this game probably doesn't actually exist, but they're trying to tell us a story because the people outside of our countries are seeing a lot of stuff that we're not seeing, okay? When you're in a country, your leadership censors you, okay? So the only way that we can pass information with our truth-seeking heroes is through these video games. And sometimes it can be very disturbing if you actually look into what you're viewing when you look at these deranged ads, because it isn't just about like weird murder and capitalism. It's actually telling a far deeper story than that, and sometimes it's very personal to you and what you're going through in your own country. And if you ignore these stories that are popping up in your algorithm, you can sometimes miss these types of things. And see, you can see here how she's giving out all the eggs, and the chickens in the background, okay, they're actually free range. They're actually wandering around. And if you go actually look up how chickens are treated right now, they're actually just put in tiny little boxes, and it's really disgusting. So here we are trying to find some truth about chickens and free range and the horrible lies that they've been telling us about it. So, of course, you're not going to find much if you just go on the front page. So you got to look in the shorts, okay? And sometimes the shorts will get deleted, okay? People are constantly looking and trying to shut down the truth. So chickens that they claim are free range, it's, oh my gosh. Oh, I'm fucking, no. I can't even look at it. It's fucking monstrous. Absolutely fucking monstrous. They aren't even let outside, okay? I'm fucking stuttering. So if we go to the images, here we can see it's fucking morbid, okay? So I want you to imagine something. When God comes down, okay, and God's mad, and they see what you're doing to these chickens. Say you work in one of these factories, okay? So this is a PSA to, if you work in this factory industry, you're about to get fucking dunked on, okay? You are about to be turned into a chicken and treated the same way that you have been treating them. And if you think I'm joking around, I'm not, okay? I will personally turn all the factory workers into chickens and put them in what they have created. You want to fuck around? We're not even supposed to be eating these animals. All right, whores that are weak on the fucking Bible and don't want to read what doesn't fit your rhetoric. Time to get fucking schooled, bitch.
And if the beat live, I feel like Mariah Carey. Got these niggas so obsessed. My pussy so famous, might get managed by Kris Jenner next. He can't move on, can't let it go. He hook nose full of that Tina Snow. And since niggas need making help to make money, bitch, come be my hoe. All of you bitches is wig on the Bible. Talking shit for a Noah can find you.
Genesis 1:29 to 1:30. And God said, Behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon all of the earth, and every tree in which is the fruit of the tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat, and for every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and everything that creepeth upon the earth, where there is life, I have giveth every green herb for meat. And it was so. We made predators begin to eat meat and cannibalize. And now we do it to each other. And if you don't think that they don't put fucking human meat, sneak it in. Sneak it in to what letter? Go watch the Stories of Stories. Okay, some of you are fucking snake cultists. And it's time to end your fucking reign.
But I have a special snowflake blood type that means that I have to eat meat.
Shut the fuck up, whore. You a fucking snake-ass fucking cultist. Okay, you want to find out who is a real fucking snake cultist real fast? Can they read the Bible properly? Are they eating meat? Are they talking mad shit? Going to church pretending you fucking pray? Give me a fucking break. I'm gonna fucking nuke you and turn you into fucking pigs and chickens.
What is that mysterious ticking noise? It's not over here, it's not over there. It's kind of catchy. Snipe, snipe, Severus Snape. Snape, Snape, Severus Snape.
Dumbledore.
Come here. Here's your foot.
Have you ever seen 5 bad bitches at your door? All black mask like a fucking luchador. Bitch, I'm still up for whoever keep a score. Tell them money till their legs get sore. Confidential Givenchy, smelling like a bando. Say my pussy magic, he call my shit Orlando. My baby think I'm Castro, he just want a sample. Put him on his knees and gave him more than he could handle. Say you gonna run up a hoop, I need proof. These bitches, pussies, and mouths are too loose. Still know some neighborhood boys who can shoot. I could put it on your head and they could put you on a noose. Pussy so wet, he need an anchor. With that bitch talking shit, I wanna thank her. Cause even though I don't fuck with you hoes or the hating, kept my eyes on the money like a banker. Come baby, money make me come. Keep my name out your mouth if you can't give me some. Come baby, can you make me come? Can you hit it till I feel it on my tummy, tum.
These chickens, okay, chickens are the sweetest animals. Have you ever actually spent time with a chicken? They're actually really sweet, very loving, and they will share their eggs with us without having to treat them like this. Imagine if this was humans, okay? This is humans somewhere. Humans are also being treated like this. This is fucking disgusting. And if you eat chickens or you're helping support this type of the chicken industry, you are going to be turned into a chicken. You are going to be turned into a chicken. You're going to be reincarnated. And I'm going to keep turning you into a chicken till you fucking learn your lesson. I'm going to make you watch all the horrors. I'm going to make you be down in there. You're going to be in there. Back to this video. So here we can see she's getting a bunch of these sun coins every time she gives out these eggs to these people. And with those sun coins, it helps her invent something new so she can get the eggs quicker. And then because this helps her get the eggs quicker, now she has somebody that wants to help her. So this guy comes out and he's like, I'll help you too. And mind you, these people don't seem to be getting paid. The only thing they get paid with is these sun coins, okay, the karma, okay? So now she can deliver even more eggs and get even more sun coins, which helps her invent even more things. So now she's got new agriculture. She's unlocked corn. And in Mexico, they have so many different types of corn, and corn is a staple in their society. It can be very good for you, but the corn in America is poisoned, okay? That shit is disgusting. It's bad for your body. Your body doesn't digest it. The different types of corn in Mexico, however, have a lot of benefits to our health, but we aren't given any of these corns. We're only given the genetically modified corn that, our overleaders have decided to give us. And Mexico has been fighting this for a while now, where they're trying to do that to them and trying to eliminate all these different types of corn.
And to think we came all this way just to dig it up for gold.
Gold?
Hey, Miko.
What's gold?
You know, it's yellow. Comes out of the ground. It's really valuable.
Oh, here, we have lots of it. Gold.
No. Gold is this.
There's nothing like that around here.
No gold.
Not that I've seen.
All this way for nothing. Well, those boys are in for a big surprise.
Look at all these different types of corn. Wouldn't it be cool if you lived somewhere and you could have access to this corn? But they don't import it to other countries because the other country's leadership says, no, we don't want that shit. Okay, that helps heal people. So that's my story about a random little mobile ad that I came across and how much story was in that deranged video, and how if we all work together, we can all build and we can all get what we need, and also at the same time take care of our animals and do agriculture right, because a lot of it is not being done right. It is disgusting. Some of you that help this industry are disgusting. You should be disgusted with yourself, and you should quit. And you should start making a story and exposing how disgusting it is. Okay? So how you can expose things is go anywhere you want. Shein, Wish, Temu, doesn't matter. Whichever one speaks to you, go to it and buy a mini camera. Okay? Look, our people, our friends, our heroes over in China that are trying to help us, they're giving us access to so much stuff. It might not be the best quality, and sure, it might have some spyware in it, but this is going to help us win against the snake cults, okay? Install this on your jacket, okay? Go into work with it on. Gotcha, bitch. Get their faces. Get their faces. Okay? Get what they say. Get the vile things that they say, okay? And then take that, put on a cosplay, okay? Dress up, look completely different, go for a walk, okay? And go to a public library with a USB with all the footage on it and upload it, whistleblow, okay? And if you're wearing your cosplay good enough, they're not going to find you. They're not going to be able to stop you, okay?
Sleepy eyes, it's a long night. Terrible at being alone. Where is my mind? They follow me, repeated dreams of breaking my teeth and bones. Hello from the inside. I try to keep my head above the water, but I never learned to swim. Drowning at the bottom, getting deeper, feel the pressure closing in. They say that it's a party, but I never really learned to fit in. I try to keep my head above the water when they say jump in. So I just gotta swim. Anxiety, the God of me, yeah. She never leaves me alone. Don't tell me how to fix myself, and I'm in the middle of the ocean. I try to keep my head above the water, but I never learned to swim. They say that it's a party, but I never really learned to fit in. Jump in, so I just gotta swim. Porting in.
I like bad bitches that get nasty. Me gustan todas natural o plastic. Need a blunt and a cup and a doobie. Bad bitch, so he think I'm his doobie. In a spot with 1,000 doobies. All I think about is money and doobies. Baka chula, color my coochie. So he gon' eat this doobie fruity. Doobie, 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 doobie.
Public libraries are a godsend, and they all have computers, and generally you can use a USB to get documents and print and email and stuff like that, okay? And then you want to go somewhere like 4chan or Reddit, wherever you feel like the topic fits, you know, find the right section, go in there, drop all the information in there, and bounce. Anonymous, baby.
Open tonight. I expected a few people to come in, but it was packed. I couldn't believe how many people showed up. So I don't know where Trevor and Corey took all those flyers, but a lot of people showed up and it was like a high-class crowd.
All right, J-Rock's on the mic tonight. Let me see your hands up. We're doing it right. Hands up.
Patience, you want to see me naked. Your pupils are dilated. Hope on it now, just take it, take it. Taste this, I fuck you like you're hated. You like to be degraded. I know you cannot fake it, fake it. Cadence, you focus on the fragrance. I keep you concentrated. You love the way I sneak it, sneak it. Patience, cause you don't wanna waste it. I only fuck you faceless, so pony up and pay it, pay it. A freaky mama shouldn't wait at the door. Move all the furniture, we fuck on the floor. I bought a bag, it's Christian Dior. Open it up, then get down on all fours. I got a bad idea. Just took a blue pill, jumped off the deep end. I wanna fuck right here. Like when the lights on, I wanna hear you scream. I'm a name and fear. I'll be the loud one, love when they watch yours. I got a bad idea. I got a bad idea. I want you to say. Digging like a dog through your casket. Thought you said you like a girl. Savage, savage. He's in a pit, he wanted this. He asked for it. I already told you that he asked it. Let's see if you can tell. Televised this, fastest.
all about the ladies, dude.
It
all
really
about the
is.
ladies. It is, man. It's so cool. And the best part is with us getting everything and getting all the gear, we're kind of responsible for the whole bar happening. So it's kind of like our bar.
It's pretty
Which is
much.
even cool. We're gonna be like VIPs.
I like to watch. I like the way you bounce. I like to watch. Yeah, groove and move it.
I like the way you do that right there. Switch your hips when you walk and let down your hair. I like the way you do that right there. Move your lips when you talking, that bitch girl, why you do that right there? She's so bad, I'm constantly getting calls from the mirror. I got a girl rabbit, the way she bounces for the curve. A man defending her like a lawyer, so beware. Some dudes be handcuffing, but dirty, that ain't fair. I wanna bet she got the bomb, like a turd. She with it, I'll hit it, though I ain't thinking about merge. I love these honeys, might as well call me Papa Bird. Girl, you know you looking good. Hey, don't I know you from the hood.
I keep it juicy. I eat that lunch. She keep that booty. She keep that plump. That natural beauty. Yeah. If you could see it from the front, wait till you see it from the back. Back. If you could see it from the front, wait till you see it from the back. Yeah. He like it thick, he like it fat. Yeah. Like to keep on wanting more. He asked me, Doja, where you at, huh? I'll be switching in positions for you. Cooking in the kitchen and I'm in the bedroom. I don't need a lift, they say I'm pumping through holes. All my love infinite, nothing I wouldn't do, but I won't do.
Bitch niggas just eating it up. These blogs get paid to lie. Y'all talk shit and be broke as fuck. Bottom line is I'm still rich. You making bad and I'm still good. Bringing up who might have fucked and the bottom line is they still would. I just wanna fuck my nigga in peace, but all my old niggas still love me. Niggas ain't hit this pussy in years. Damn, I knew my shit was heat. None of you niggas was wifey material. None of you niggas was worth all the drama. None of you niggas was hitting it raw and mad. I'm not one of your baby mamas. Always got my ass out. Always let my titty show. When I'm in the gym, I think about bitches that I'm shitting on. I'm way too fucking cocky to take him back if he been cheating. I can't let none of you raggedy bitches think that y'all my equal.
I don't wanna hurt you, but I'm about to work you. Watch your mouth drop real loud. I'm turning you up and burning the clutch. Full speed, both feet to the floor. Feet to the floor. DJ running that back once more. Time to party, that's all I know. Grab somebody, tell them, baby, let's go. Shake it, break it, make it bounce. Shake it, break it, make it bounce. Make it bounce.
Fourth wall break inside a fourth wall break. That's just lazy writing.
Because real heroes have to put on masks, and the snakes, they don't wear masks. Don't forget to go to AA. You can find a lot of friendship at AA. And even if you don't drink, you probably have your own addictions that you're going through. And AA can really help you see a whole bunch of different perspectives of different people in your area and the things they're struggling with. And a lot of AA meetings can go into God and finding the God within you so you can have the power to get over your own addictions. Anybody that is struggling out there or has no friends, feels like they're alone, feels like there's no cure to the world. Head on over to AA, make some friends. Okay, just sit. Just go in and sit. You don't even have to share or talk. You can just sit and listen and keep going every week. And I guarantee you'll start to make friends. And I guarantee you, some of those friends will be very powerful. So at the end of the day, sometimes it's useful to get high on shrooms or weed and really dissect and dive into perspective that you might be totally missing when you're sober. And this is something that I didn't even think about till I was stoned off my rocker. I never thought about dismantling and questioning my own perspective of reality. But if you don't want to question your own perspective of reality, you could be having a sack pulled over your head, because a snake cultist will trick you in any way possible to make you doubt or be deceived by what you are actually witnessing and experiencing. So next time you watch a music video, maybe just like really listen. What are you hearing? What are you really seeing? What is actually being told to you? Maybe the main focus isn't so much the characters, and the camera is trying to show something else, and that angle that it is taken is there for a reason. And every set, every stage, anything in the background that people put is there for a reason. And there is a whole team of artists that work on the backgrounds and work on the camera angles and work on how things are going to be set up. And if you ignore all of that staging and just take it for face value of, oh, I'm just viewing a music video in third person, it's just whatever, and you don't think anything of it, you're going to be missing so much story. You're eventually going to lose the stories of stories.
A novel death?
Novel death for 200, please.
Spoiler for a 15-year-old book, this house elf doesn't make it all the way through the Deathly Hallows. Jake.
Who is Dobby?
Yes.
400, novel death.
In 1990, John Updike put this title guy to rest after running through 4 novels. Jake.
Who is Rabbit?
Correct.
600, novel death.
Did Bob Ewell fall on his own knife in this novel? Sheriff Heck Tate is fine with that explanation. Jake.
What is Where the Red Fern Grows?
No.
I accidentally catfished Tristan Tate. Or did I? Here is what happened. I woke up to a DM from Tristan telling me I'm beautiful and asking if I live in Dubai. As I do in all my videos, I gave an answer that is neither a no nor a yes to see what he says next. A minute after he saw my reply, he probably checked my profile again and realized he got Vladimired and blocked me. After he unsent the message. Which honestly I found hilarious, therefore I posted a story and also a tweet. By the way, you should follow me on Twitter if you don't. That account's comments got filled with people saying that Tristan Tate likes fanboys and other Vladimir-related stuff. The next day I wake up and see that my tweet had over 2 million views. And Tristan indirectly mentioned it by saying that he doesn't have an Instagram account. He also messaged me saying essentially the same thing. With that being said, I did have a few questions. Let's say there is an imposter that managed to gather 2 million followers, and because it's the biggest account and the only account, let's say, that has such a great resemblance to the real thing, everyone thinks that it's him, right? You have a stupid amount of money. Why don't you just buy that account and operate it as your own? Or let's say you don't want to do that, you can just hire somebody to operate for you. They'll probably do a better job than some random guy who obviously is not representing you very well. Or you know, if somebody is ruining your reputation by pretending to be you, you can always take their account down. Also, the fact that the allegedly fake account asked if I live in Dubai, where the Tate brothers also happen to live, kinda throws me off. Let's say that that guy is indeed an imposter, right? And he messages 100 girls if they live in Dubai. And one of those 100 girls actually replies, yes, okay. And they set up a public meeting point. The girl goes there. There is no Tristan. Then what? Like, it feels like an empty plan. I don't know if I'm following here. Am I missing something? Anyhow, he responded that he likes the accounts that push his content and by extension make him money, repeating that he doesn't have an Instagram account since his main one got banned. But my question still remained unanswered. How is it that the biggest account on the platform that's pretending to be him is not controlled by him or his team in any way? His response was that he doesn't do it out of protest. Basically, since his original account got banned, he either gets that username or no account at all. And also the affiliate accounts can do whatever they want. But at the same time, I think that when an account has so much influence and so many millions believing that it's you, you do have some sort of responsibility for it. Also, my second question regarding the Clipper randomly being in Dubai remained unanswered. Also, this doesn't look like an affiliate link. Affiliate links tend to have some sort of referral code inside. But what do you think? Is he telling the truth or is he lying? Let me know in the comments. And by the way, I also saw somebody posting this. I honestly don't have time to research whether it's true or not, so if you do, let us know again in the comments.
That's from To Kill a Mockingbird. Jake, select again.
Novel death 800.
Sadly, the flowers for this tiny Daniel Keyes character are for his grave. Young Shen.
What is Algernon?
Yes.
Finish the category 1000.
After one character says, this miss is past her prime, this miss is a lot worse off than that. Jake.
Who is Miss Jean Brody?
Yes. Clue in.
Especially if you're somebody who really likes VR and you like immersing in all these different worlds, you really have to pick apart what you're viewing. Why is somebody giving you this VR experience? What are you supposed to be immersing in? What is the real story? And if you play Cyberpunk 77, there is a lot of play with VR, and it's called brain dance. There'd be these people that would just go into these brain dances and they'll experience all sorts of things. Some of it is dark. And each one of these stories tells you a lot, because these brain dance VR experiences were something that were actually experienced by a real person and recorded. Because in Cyberpunk 77, they have cybernetic eyes, which actually give people the ability to record what they are actually experiencing and seeing. And that includes their emotions that they're feeling, the smell, everything. All the senses are included in these brain dances in Cyberpunk 77. And if you really dive into the concept of this mimicry, the snake cults in Cyberpunk 77 use the brain dance to control people and put them under a spell. It's like they're hypnotized. They're so addicted to these mimicked perspectives and these mimicked worlds of reality that they don't realize what is actually going on in their real reality, and they don't question their own perspective and their own reality, so they get lost in these brain dances. And I have nothing against diving into all sorts of different worlds and being fully immersed, and I think VR is really, really cool, and it can really level up the storytelling. It can really immerse you into a scene, into a story that you regularly wouldn't be able to experience at that level of immersion, right? It feels like you are actually in the story, but you really got to start to investigate all those stories. Look around. What is the staging? What kind of objects have they put around you that maybe you're just going to walk right by in the game? Okay, because those clues are vital. So make sure you take some notes, try to break down different perspectives that you're viewing. Maybe your favorite movies, you could take scenes and dissect what the camera's purpose is there. Do people notice the camera? Is the camera just an invisible entity? Is the camera following characters? How is it following those characters? Why? What is the intentions? Is it trying to stage those characters in a bad light, a good light? Is it trying to show you a hidden story? You can do this with any type of media that is visual and something that you can hear. Obviously, over the internet, you can't really taste or touch or smell anything. However, in Disneyland, there's a show that you can go to that actually mimics some of the touch experiences and smell. It will like spray water into your face, and then there'd be like a nasty smell or something that comes out. And it tries to mimic those senses as it tells a story to you. That is all, obviously, it's fake. It's not a real experience. But it's trying to tell a story by giving you that level of immersion of, oh, I'm there and there's water spraying me. Oh, I can smell the smell that is supposed to be smelled in this scene. But just remember that it is all mimicked, and you have to question. And the sense of your emotion will never go, even if you are stripped of all your other senses. Just remember that whatever you are feeling inside and thinking is always first person. That is always your most immersive perspective, and you really need to listen to it. Because if you are out of tune with your emotions and your thoughts and you have no control over them, they can be manipulated very easily, and you can be fed stories that are false, and you'll just take them as face value. And in the stories of stories, you can't be doing that. You gotta strip the stories down and see them for what they really are and what they're actually trying to tell you.
Iggy's on Real Mobile Hotline.
What's up, bestie?
Oh shit, what's up, mermaid?
Not much, girl. Chilling on the rock. You should swing through after work.
I'll be there, but you don't need any Real advice?
You already know I got on Real Mobile, girl.
A lot of horror movies are actually not as horror as you think they are. They're telling a lot of different stories in the background. But a lot of people are so scared of horror that they won't watch a single horror movie, and that really stunts you. And as I said in a lot of my other videos, if you do not educate, you are dumb. Okay, I don't care if you're a rocket scientist. That don't impress me much. Oh yeah, might got the PhD, but do ya got the smarts? 'Cause don't get me wrong, yeah, I think you're alright.
Yeah. I've known a few guys who thought they were pretty smart, but you've got being right down to an art. You think you're a genius, you drive me up the wall. You're a regular, original, know-it-all. Oh, you think you're special. Oh, you think you're something else. Okay, so you're a rocket scientist. That don't impress me much. So you got the brains, but have you got the touch? Now don't get me wrong, yeah, I think you're alright, but that won't keep me warm in the middle of the night. That don't impress me much.
But if you won't question your perspective, then don't. And I don't know. You get the point. Okay? So educate, learn, question. Okay? Because a lot of people will try to build your reality for you. And do you want to be somebody who's living in somebody else's world? Or do you want to take control and be a hero and become the camera and take back the power? All right, now to end this video, we're going to do a little sign reading or sign checking, exploring. We're going to do it with this search and find about princesses. This is a 101, or rather 1001 things to find. And in this particular book, you can find 13 golden keys. So we're just going to flip to a random page and stick our fingers somewhere and see whatever. Okay, so remember, you want to do it as random as possible. I don't know, I guess here. And now we're going to just spin it around, spin it around, spin it around, spin it around until we forget where we are. Okay, we're going to spin it, 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 baby. Spin it, baby. Spin it, baby. So our finger kind of was pointing at a king, and which is interesting because you were trying to take back your kingdom, okay? Some fucking snakes moved in. Now kick them the fuck out.
I'm living in that 21st century, doing something mean to it. Do it better than anybody you ever seen do it. Screams from the haters, got a nice ring to it. I guess every superhero need his theme music. No one man should have all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count the hours. Stop tripping, I'm tripping off the power. The system broken, the school's closed, the prison's open.